What we got here, we are. My guest had said something about your destination, David, but that's all right. We're live. Ted Bogert. I'm Ted Bogert, and this is David Washington. We're doing our first live on Twitter from StreamYard, and oh my gosh, talk about T8020, the T8020 Community Token, and so much more. We'll be doing these regularly in addition to our X Spaces that we do every Wednesday at 11 regarding the T8020 Community Token. We've got multiple people on, David, and I hope that they will say hello, and hopefully we can see them. But welcome, my friend. How you doing?
I am alive and kicking. How are you, Ted? Good to see you.
I'm alive and kicking. I'm excited. Awesome. We have so much going on with the T8020 Community Token and the Orlando launch. And so what we thought we would do is regularly kind of give you a quick update, talk a little bit about the T8020 token and what our thought process is there. And each week it'll be, and it might be even more often than a week. I'm not really sure. We're going to see how it goes. We will share updates as we have them and links and all of that good stuff. But we want to go live directly on Twitter. So without further ado, just tell them a quick little bit about you, David.
Well, okay. So my name is David Washington, and I like to consider myself a political innovator. And what does that mean? Well, we have a firm, a political consulting firm called J.M. Washington. And what we do is that we look at political campaigns, political management, and we look for efficiencies. We look for innovations in a way that transform what you know about political campaigns, what you know about candidates, what you know about the civic engagement that we all should be involved in, and take it to a different level, incorporating project management, AI, the blockchain, tokenization. We're talking about digital, we're talking about traditional. We can't forget traditional means of reaching voters where they're at, in front of their devices and on their front porches. So we look at the technology and the methods that are being used today and into the future to bring voters, candidates, and electeds closer together and communicate on a regular basis.
I love it. And that's a big part, which we'll talk about a little bit. That's a part of what we're doing with T8020.
Yes.
Politics, political, giving the voice back. Let's talk a little bit about that. The token is the national token is live.
Yes. That's cool.
So you can actually go to the T8020community.com, T8020community.com website. Is that correct?
That's correct, sir.
Okay, good. I've only said it 1,000 times. You think I know? And you can buy the national token. The national token has already grown, and we're excited about the movement. But let's talk a little bit about what the token is for. So we are a utility token, and with most of the people who are watching this from X know what this is. But for the one or two who might not, just explain a little bit what a utility token is or does.
So, thank you, Ted. So utility token means, in just simple, English, that the token is attached to a purpose that gives it value. There are events, there are activities, there is a program, and I use that word loosely, but there are interactions that encourage involvement, it encourages communication of those members of the token community to be engaged. So the utility brings the value to the token, the membership. It all depends on the membership, and we provide the platform, the T8020 community, to further engage the membership.
Yes. And we want to, the purpose is the part of what I believe sets apart. There's a reason, there's a purpose for the token. It is it is for us, it's to give the voice back. We are in a very interesting world that we live in, where there are lots of people who are unhappy on either side of the fence. It doesn't matter where you are politically. You've got some challenges. You've got some things that you aren't happy with. You feel like your voice doesn't matter. And so the T8020 token, we want to, everything's about decentralization. We want to give the power back to the people. We want to empower people to have their own businesses, to build businesses within the community, to be able to reach people in the community in ways that they have not been able to reach people before. Yeah. And we want to do that not just on a national level, but on a city level. And our first city that we will be launching is Orlando. Yes. So keep an eye out on that. There might be some information on the website that you can take a look at. And of course, on our Twitter feeds, you can also see it. But giving the power back, part of giving that power back and giving the voice is creating a newspaper, a digital news information center that is driven by and built by the people. So that the people are able to ask questions, get answers, ask for information, and not have to try to figure out and maneuver through what the news tells them that they want them to hear. So talk a little bit about, and we'll bring our person on at a later date for the Orlando Voice, which is what we are calling the Orlando paper. Talk a little bit about the power of that, David, and what that means.
And kudos to Trevor for taking on the task of the editor of the Orlando Voice.
Yes.
And I wait till you all hear from Trevor. He's excited about the whole process and putting this all together. It's an incredible endeavors. So kudos to Trevor. And the Orlando Voice is a digital newspaper that is by the people and for the people in the T8020 community. You, the membership, create the news. We are the news. And so in Orlando specifically, of course, Orlando Voice, we want to hear from the membership about what's important to you in your communities. Instead of being told what's happening in Orlando, we want to hear from those individuals who matter the most, you, about what's happening, more than just the topical stories that you get from legacy media, but those things that matter the most. And also present topics and subjects and events, activities that are closer to the communities, and also what your community need to know. I'm a political person, so I like to know as much about what's happening politically in Orlando. And so what I like to see in the Orlando Voice is, one, from the membership, what politically matters to you? What are your kitchen table issues? Yes. And number two, how is our elected officials, our halls of authority and government are dealing with those particular issues. So the Orlando Voice is an endeavor that will span the topics of sports, real estate, insurance, politics, That's right. Community, almost everything, even the weather. So I'm really looking forward to the first edition of the Orlando Voice, and the technology that is being invested into this platform is just incredible.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's actually mind-blowing, the technology. Really, the whole thing behind the token is, we keep going back to this, but giving people a voice. We're all tired of the crap that's going on in our world. Again, no matter where you're at, on issues, you still feel unheard. You feel like you don't have control. You don't have any input. We were talking yesterday that a lot of times we talk about your vote matters, and at the end of the day, does it? And so we are feeling your pain when you feel that, and we want to make change. We want things to be more put back in your hands. We want the people to have the voice and the direction to guide the things that are important to them, instead of having all of what the government says or the news media say is important and shoving it down our throats constantly, when none of that even matters to people. People want what's going on in their worlds to be addressed, and they want to be able to get to the people who make the decisions that they may have voted in, maybe they didn't, but they still want to have a voice. And it's not just on a political scene. We're not a political organization. We are just a people organization. So like David mentioned before, real estate impacts, touches every single person in some way, shape, or form, no matter what way of life. You have to have usually a roof over your head. And if you don't, it still impacts you on the homelessness side. And so there are so many issues that a lot of bureaucratic people are trying to provide answers to, but most of that is backed by money and raising more money. And so the things that happen aren't what's important to the people, and things don't get done, and they take too long, and it's just all frustrating. It's really frustrating for everybody, including us who are in here. So that's why we're so excited about the power behind T8020 and the token and the T8020 Orlando token that we'll be launching, and all of the things that we have planned for you all, so that you can get back to building your businesses, having control of your life, having control of what goes on in your community, and having an impact on what's important to you. So that's my soapbox on T8020. But we want you to follow us. We want you very much to ask us questions, to send in questions. We want you to check out the website. We want you to tune in when we have tomorrow, for example, we go live on X at 11 a.m. And I will put the link. You can follow my page or the T8020 community page or token, I think it is, at T8020 Token is our page, one of those. But I've got it tagged here, so you're seeing it live. Wherever we are here, that's where the live is going to be from. And that's at 11. And every week we're talking about something new, because we are constantly evolving. And we're evolving much faster, because the need and the demand and the want and the voice is so important to people. And people want to be involved in what we're doing. So the point of this for David and I is we don't want you to miss out. We do not want you to miss out. You mentioned it yesterday, fear of missing out, David.
That's correct. That is correct. And sometimes when the information's out there, people do not receive it in a timely manner. And so that's why we're here now and talking about it. And we'll be talking about it weekly, even daily, and on our social media. So this is something that this project is, I think, so innovative and incredibly revolutionary in bringing our public, our community members, our membership of the T8020 community closer to involvement in their own communities, outside of their own communities, so the larger, when we're talking about the T8020 Orlando community, the larger Orlando community, and finding out from the people's perspective what's happening in their own communities, in their homes, in their schools, in their public spaces.
Yes. So if you have an interest in making change, if you're exhausted by everything else that's going on, like most of us are, I really want to encourage you to take a look at the opportunity with the T8020 token, the national token. It has launched. You can get involved. There are membership. We'll talk about that on the next show. We can talk about the membership levels and the benefits of being a T8020 token holder, and then what that means nationally. And then when we launch the T8020 Orlando token, we will talk about that too, because it's different. Yes. Every city will be different. National is going to be overall different than the cities, and it's very important for you to follow us. So if you've always wanted to, and you wish you would have bought Bitcoin at $1, and now it's 100,000, you want to make a difference, take a look at the opportunity with T8020 community token. It's there, and it's changing, and it's evolving, and we'd love for you to be part of the ground floor. And if you have input, have ideas, want to reach out to us, David and I
Yes.
are accessible all the time. You can reach out to us on Twitter. You can reach out to us on WhatsApp from wherever you're at, or on any of our social media platforms. And our website is scrolling across the bottom there, T8020 Community.com. You all will be back. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow at 11 a.m. here on X, 11 a.m. If you need the link, I'll give it to you, but it's here, 11 a.m. tomorrow. Make sure you come and find out what's new from the other partners that are involved. All right, David, I loved it. We'll be back, you guys. Thank you so much for all you do, David, and we will see you guys soon. All right, bye, everybody.